Well, good evening, everyone. Good evening on this Wednesday evening. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for just stopping by and see what we are going to talk about on tonight. Well, I am Portia Wheatley. I am the founder and the president of a nonprofit organization acknowledged as Trophy of Life Incorporated, where we have the great opportunity to render hope and encouragement to individuals all across the world. And I'm so grateful that God trusted me to actually deposit that opportunity and the creativity and the responsibility to do that, just that. Now, before we start in on our chat on tonight, I would love if you would go to our YouTube channel and subscribe. That way, you will help us to get the message of what we share across this platform. We'll get that to the world, but four corners of the world, in your home, in your community, out of state, in the US, and even out of the country. We have had an opportunity to do just that, to share a word to individuals out of the country. So if you would do that, that would be great. Portia Wheatley Trophy of Life. So you got to do it together, okay? On our YouTube channel, Portia Wheatley Trophy of Life. Okay, it's done and over with. Tonight, I have the great opportunity to share the platform tonight with one of my Soul Wealth sisters under the leadership of Dr. Vicki Johnson. I am so grateful for Dr. Johnson as well as all of our Soul Wealth sisters in the person of Katrina Henderson. Good evening, Katrina.
Hey, beautiful. How are you?
See, that's what I love. You see, in my caption in my caption when I put the Facebook post on, remember I said she always addresses in the ladies, beautiful. You're beautiful, and we have to to learn as well as acknowledge and maybe even practice the fact that we are beautiful. It's not about what you look like. It adds to it, but it's not about that.
That part.
So we're going to allow her to actually share what she does in her purpose, her kingdom assignment, and her contribution to the world. Again, Katrina, thank you for accepting my invitation to come and share on tonight.
Thank you for having me. I am so honored and grateful to be here with you tonight. So thank you.
I would love if you would take this opportunity to I actually introduce yourself. I really don't, I intentionally do not put a long bio on any of my guests that I have because I would love for them to come on and speak about what they do themselves, to actually be prideful, be happy, excited about what God has deposited in them, who they are, what they do, and all of that, so that people would know I am somebody, I do this, I am, and I'm happy to do it. So, would you introduce yourself and just take it away?
Okay, well, I want to thank you for that because I think sometimes when I hear my bio read, I'm like, oh, please just stop talking. Just stop talking. You hate to hear it about yourself, right? But I'm also understanding the power of walking in who God has created me to be. So, my name is Katrina Henderson. I am the owner and creator for Unbreakable Memories, where we're creating jewelry, journals, candles, t-shirts, a whole gamut of things that are all surrounding around self-love and our signature collection, Hello, My Name is Beautiful. When we talk about the assignment and the purpose, that's what it is, right? They used to, you know how when you first start out this business, you got to choose, they tell you you choose one thing. But when I struggled because I was like, but that's not how God told me to do it, right? So
Wow.
everything that I create has something to do with redefining what beautiful looks like, reminding women that it's more than just the outside appearance. It's actually who we've been created to be.
That's definitely true. And you know what? I would imagine that you would, along the line on your journey of doing this, you have to really encourage some women to do just that because not all the time, I'm sure, do you actually have the opportunity to, everything is not hunky dory in a woman's life. So, especially when they have, especially when they have been taught or disrespected in thinking that they're ugly. or because they don't have the clothes like other women have, or
Mm,
not even young women. Let's go with young ladies and girls.
right.
When they've been taught over the year, you need this to look good. You should look like this. But speak to that.
So I'm going to say before I could tell anyone else that they were beautiful, I had to accept that I was beautiful to myself, right? That was the thing when God said, nope, you use your gift. Because when I was looking for, God, what's my gift? What's my purpose? He always was like, okay, your gift is encouragement. Okay, that's fine. Like I'm looking for this big, grandiose thing that I'm supposed to do. I didn't understand the assignment of what an encourager was. But it wasn't until God said, use the thing that you've always struggled with as
Wow.
the thing to speak to somebody else. And so that's where Hello, My Name is Beautiful came from. So if you see my shirt, it's a label that says Hello, My Name is Beautiful. It's this because God had to show me that I had to not only reintroduce what beautiful meant, but I had to reintroduce myself to myself and then to the world to understand that I was beautiful because that's how he created me. So when you talk about having to tell other women, it's the journey. It's a journey to tell it to yourself, right? Because when you're like going through the things, when you're like, oh, I just don't feel like getting out the bed this morning, and you got to be like, no, Trina, you got to get out anyway. You have to, despite the pain that you feel, despite the discomfort, you have to do what you need to do because that's what I'm calling you to do.
That's what I'm calling you to do. Now, I like that part where you said you had to start with self first. And that's something else, a statement that I had made, or shall I say, posted, to say that before you can help other people, to talk about self-care,
You
you
got it
really
first.
have to be comfortable with yourself.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Wow, that's good. That's good. And we have to teach that to others, not necessarily just by word of mouth, but by our actions.
Exactly. Yep.
So
Exactly.
do you believe that is your purpose?
Of inspiring beautiful. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, I have learned that that's what the assignment is. That's what I'm supposed to do because I think what I had to discover that beautiful is not always happy, right? It's not the butterflies all the time. It's not the bubbles. Beautiful is the hard moments, right? God gave me probably 2 years ago this saying, even in this, there is still beautiful, right? So I'm going through job loss. I'm going through a reorganization at my job. I'm going through a reorganization and my position being eliminated and trying to say, oh, like what's getting ready to happen? And understanding that in this trial of what I thought was trial, right? So a difficult moment that God had to say, even in this, there is still beautiful. So when I say I'm on the journey and assignment of inspiring beautiful, I'm talking about the good and the bad. Because when we're in those difficult moments, that's when the beautiful really exists because that's when God exists, right?
Wow.
Trying to find God when you're going through something, that's the journey of being able to say, oh, I'm living a beautiful life. When you can find the beautiful in the darkness, you like it, there's so much peace.
It
Right. It's
is.
not because, that's the biggest misnomer I want people to understand. When we say, oh, we're creating a beautiful life, I'm not just talking about the happy times. I'm talking about the moments when you're on the floor crying because you don't know what you're going to do next.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
understanding beautiful is in the good and the bad because it's during those bad moments that's when you find God. That's when you find peace. That's when you find comfort. That's when you find joy. Not just when it feels good, but when it doesn't feel good as well.
Definitely so, because those times when everything is going the opposite direction of what you think or how you thought it was going to go,
Mm-hmm.
those are the times you're building your strength.
That
We
part.
don't know how strong we are until we actually go through a situation or an experience that pretty much knocks the wind out of us.
Mm-hmm.
And then we know we fall on our knees, do what we have to do, but we come up stronger, and then we can actually speak out of our heart, not just head knowledge, but speak out of our heart as to where God has brought us from, what He's doing in our lives now, and what we believe He will do. But all at
Mhm.
the same time, those that are looking at us to think we have it all together, they just don't know.
They
Yeah,
don't know. And that's the part where we have to be okay allowing others to see the darker side of our journey, right? Because social media will get on and they want you to see the nice
the
cars, the
glamorous.
houses. They want you to see everything that's going well. But are they seeing the moments when you just had an argument with your husband, or when you had an argument with the kids, or the job wasn't, going right? That's the thing, is if what I'm learning is that the assignment that God gives us is to be able to show the world what He does for us. Right? Like, we're not supposed to keep anything hidden. Now, there's a secret place, right, where we're connecting with Him and He's telling us what we need. But what we go through is never for us. It's for the
Right,
person that's going to
right.
cross our path, that needs to hear our testimony. So when we think about the test that we're going through, they're saying the test is for the testimony. That's what you have to look at. What I'm going through is not for me. That journey is for that next little girl that's going to come across my page or in my classroom and need the encouraging word to be reminded she's beautiful, because just before she came in the school building, her mother, fussed at her and yelled at her, and now she's in a bad space. Well, let me tell you how I felt, or let me tell you how this went down, so that I have an encouraging word for somebody else.
Definitely so. And the young ladies really need it. I know women need it as well. Women need it as well. But the young ladies really need it because that example right there
Mhm.
happens more than we realize.
Absolutely.
And we
Absolutely.
literally are there to pick up the broken pieces so
Mm-hmm.
that we can help put them back together again.
Yep.
And in the midst of all of that, God is saying, I'm right here. Just ask me. I'm right here for the women. And see, my perception that with many women, they the behavior of women, some women, they act like they act because they have been mistreated. They have come from broken pieces. They and still are broken and
Mm-hmm.
still and want to have children, but they're broken.
Yep.
So those when we're not whole, we pass it on. We what is that? Hurt people,
Hurt people.
hurt
Yep.
people.
So when you talk about that, one of the things, when my daughter was turning 10, she was turning 10. So, okay, I'm like double digits, like we're going to do a big party for her. We decided, or I decided, let me say this, she allowed me to do a
Yeah.
hello, my name is beautiful birthday party for her. So we had, like, the little girls had robes that said, everything was just beautiful for them, gearing towards them. We did a sipping paints, we did making jewelry, everything. But in that process, I realized that the party was not just for her, it was for the little girl within me, right? Because I
Mhm.
understood and I know that as a woman, having to struggle with beautiful and understanding what that is, that little girl also within me needed to be reminded, or almost kind of reprogrammed in a sense, as to what beautiful meant. So then that's when God said, okay, now you got the little girl within you. She understands it. Let's go ahead, and now you have an assignment with little girls. And I'm like, what? I thought this was for women. He was like, and so that's when I have a mentoring program called Beautifully You. And that's for the girls to understand that they're beautiful. Because the thing I understand is, if we don't teach the little girls that they're beautiful, then that little boy or that man or
The first one to
whoever,
come along.
the first one that comes along, is going to try to tell them that they're beautiful, or they're going to say, well, you got to, in order to feel beautiful, you need to be this size, you need to have this, you need to do that. No, you're beautiful because of how you've been created to be, not for what you do, not for what you have, but for who you are. And so it's a reprogramming that we have to do as women to heal the little girl within us, in order to go to the little girls that we're going to come across and say, hey, let me tell you, You are beautiful, and affirm them. Because if we can teach them to affirm them when they're women, think about how much more powerful they'll be because now they're confident who they are.
Mm-hmm. So much so that would, oh man, if we would just understand how we can pour into young ladies,
Yep. Yep.
how we can pour, and the fact of being transparent. We have to be transparent, as you stated a little earlier. Let them know what you've gone through.
Yes.
Let them, and you survived it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the things that happen in our adult life, we don't have to allow, well, not allow, we don't have to think that people are perfect. People are not perfect.
Right.
Okay. We strive for perfection, but we're not perfect.
Right.
And we have to let those that are striving in life and doing life as life is lifing, every single day, to let
Yeah.
them know you're going to hit some pitfalls, but let me share with you what I've experienced. And then that way you don't have to fall in that pit.
Right.
Let me allow me to share with you, and you can avoid that particular area in your life that, again, may hit you and bring you to your knees, take the wind out of you.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you believe that this indeed is your um between your life assignment, kingdom assignment, and I can see where it is your contribution to the world. The What I wanted to hit on as well was, you have well, is it a organization or is it a group or a ministry called Unbreakable Memories? Could you
Mm-hmm.
share what that is?
So that's just the business name. So that's the overarching arch of what I do. That was the company when I said, okay, I need a business name, because in the beginning I was heavily product focused. Still is, but now there's a different spin on it because now I've got the assignment of inspiring beautiful. So when we originally started, it was Unbreakable Memories, where I'm creating products, right? That are going to help those, the gift giver, create some kind of memory in the gift, right? That whether it could be a wine glass that said beautiful or trust, something inspirational. So that's where Unbreakable Memories started. And then probably 3 years or so later, God said, or had given me the vision for the t-shirt design. Hello, my name is beautiful. And then from that, I said, okay, God, I got the t-shirt. Now what? He said, but I need you to understand it's more than a t-shirt. And so that's when the highlight of, oh, the assignment is inspiring beautiful came from. So you've got Unbreakable Memories, but then now the hello, my name is beautiful. That's the purpose. That's the assignment. That's the goal, but it's done from Unbreakable Memories, if that makes sense.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Do you happen to have any of your products other than what the t-shirt, the sweatshirt you're wearing? Do you have,
Um,
now you do,
So on
now
my
I know
arm, I
you do
just got like a
bracelet.
bracelet. I always I always have on bracelets. So between, bracelets that depending on, what sentiment you want to say. I also do candles, but the scents that I choose are ones that are, if you want something to relax, or if you want something calming, if you want a floral scent, like there's always a reason behind the scent, the color, the intention behind it. Because again, everything at the end of the day is to inspire beautiful, or to just remind you of something motivational, inspirational. So everything is very intentional.
I've seen your products and they are beautiful. What
Thank
about
you.
did I see a water cup? A
So,
water,
so there's tumblers too. Like when I say in the beginning,
wait a
it
minute,
was
wait. Katrina, where are your products? What what
that's the
you
thing. Like but that's the thing. When the products exist, but it's almost like God said the products are no longer the main thing. This is the main piece of it, but everything else still exists. So like I'm having to, balance between, oh, I got to promote a product, I got to promote hello, my name is beautiful. And so I'm trying, there's a balancing act that
gotcha.
you have to do. So like if I'm speaking or at an event, the products are displayed on the table. But what I'm speaking to is hello, my name is beautiful and
Hmm.
inspiring
Hmm.
beautiful.
Hmm.
So
And then, hello, my name is beautiful. It's on a sweatshirt. It's on a cup. It can be on
yeah,
your bracelet.
it
And
can be on your bracelet.
Katrina, I need to see one of you. Do you have the color? Because you make them so beautiful in the colors. You showed us tonight the black. Is that black that you had on your arm?
So one is hematite, so like a silver, and then the other one is black. So it just depends.
No, don't be.
But I got, but I got colors. It's
Go
just
get,
it's,
go get a
but
couple of colors.
it's not with me. They're sitting at my pop up in Waldorf.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's what.
Okay. Okay.
So if
And
y'all need some stuff, come to the pop up in Waldorf on Saturday and Sundays,
gotcha. It,
or order from the
Saturday and
website.
Sunday.
Saturday and
Okay.
Sundays. I'm there Saturday and Sunday from 11 to 6. It's the pop up and grow in Waldorf.
Make sure, oh, Waldorf. Oh,
It's
that's what,
Waldorf. Yeah, but you can
yeah.
order from the website too. So don't, you know.
So make sure you send me that information so that I can post it
Okay.
because audience, her products are beautiful and a
Thank
color.
you.
Matter of fact, before we went live, I asked her to make mine, and mine would state that I am not just beautiful, but my bracelet would say Widow Diva. So
Hmm.
that's what
Yep.
and they're beautifully colored, um nice material, strong bracelets. They're really nice. So
Yeah, I'm not using no glass beads. I'm using
mm,
real semi-precious gemstones. So I'm not,
they look
it's
good.
you gonna get the good stuff. That was the one thing I wanted to make sure is that it was a quality product that I can stand behind. So
Good, good. Well, ma'am, I tell you what, I am so grateful that I just love it that someone is out there encouraging people. That's my kingdom assignment to encourage. I
hmm.
don't care who you are, I'm gonna find something to encourage you with. Homeless person, whether it's taking them soup, because I don't necessarily like preparing. I don't get fun out of it, but it's work. It's sometimes it can be ministry. So I prepare that and just take it out to the street and let them know you're important.
Hmm.
God loves you. And it's amazing, even those that are on the street, many times they are, well, of course, they are educated. Many of them are educated. They
Yep.
just fell on hard
Hard
times.
time.
And there are some that still believe in God and can of course they do that. God bless you when you give them something, just to make it through another day.
Right.
So but however we can make a contribution to the world, especially if it is our kingdom assignment, I encourage you to do it. As I had an opportunity to speak on a prayer call this morning, I said, we have to prepare to do what God has given us to do.
Yes.
This world is topsy turvy, it's upside down,
Hmm.
but God is still in control.
That
God
part.
is still in control. So, what He's given us, we have to share it with the world. The love that He's given us, the wherewithal, some of the finances that He's given us, and everybody don't necessarily have the finances to give, but you can give of your services.
Yep. Your talents. Yep.
I tell you, I just want the world to do what you're supposed to be doing. Do what you're supposed to be doing. Because again, like you stated, it's not just for us. Whatever we're doing is the experience that we are experiencing. It is not just for us.
Yep.
And for everything we do experience, learn the lesson. Learn the
Learn.
lesson so that we can move forward and continue to represent God in the earth.
Mm-hmm.
Well, again, thank you so very much for joining me. And yeah, I think I'll go to the mirror and say, hello, beautiful.
That's it. Because
And
I'm telling.
sometimes, go ahead.
I was gonna say you can say, I mean, just the next time you cross someone, whether it's male or female, right? Because I think that's the thing men have to understand that they're beautiful too. Like they'll say, no, men are handsome. No, God is beautiful, so men are beautiful too. And that's the dynamic with my husband on he has no problem saying he's a beautiful man. And it's like when we do it together, right? But say hello, beautiful, to someone that crosses your path and watch how it shifts
It
their
does.
demeanor, right? If you can say it to somebody else, I want you to also remember you have to say it to yourself. stand in that mirror, even take your phone and turn the camera around, but don't put the filters on. Just say hello, beautiful, and watch how it hits different. When you can say hello, beautiful to yourself, man, the light that turns on. And when you understand that, when you understand the power of who you are and who you've been created to be, nobody can stop you.
That's so true. That is so true. Now I can testify to that because at one growing up, I just had low self-esteem. Low self-esteem.
Same
And
here.
I look at some of the pictures that when I was growing up, I'm like, woo, my husband loved that until God molded, shaped, and I know he created me. So in the midst of that, in all of that, strength, development,
Yep.
all of that comes together in a perfect world. We wouldn't need makeup. We wouldn't
Mhm.
need any anything that would change our outlook,
Right.
our outward appearance. But because of who God is and because he loves us and the love that he's given us, we have to share it with others
And
also.
what you said, I think people have to understand when we talk about the word beautiful, it's not just the outward appearance. Because how many times have you seen a woman, right? Dressed in the nicest outfit, adorned in all the jewelry, all the makeup. But the moment she starts talking or something goes wrong, her demeanor changes, right? How ugly in personality she may be. But you could have the next woman standing next to her in some holy sweatpants, a t-shirt, and start talking about the love of God or just talking in general and has the most beautiful personality. Like that's the thing when you think about beautiful, it's the personality, it's the confidence, it's the strength, it's the ability to forgive, it's the ability to say, okay, I surrender, right? It's
Wow,
all of
that
those
mhm,
different things. It's not just the outward appearance, it's who we are on the inside that creates the beautiful.
yeah, you're so right. No matter what we have on, if your heart isn't clean
That, yep, yep.
or nasty attitude, hidden agendas.
That mhm.
Yeah. When we think about it, it's something to think about. It really
It
is
is.
something to think about. And we're not just thinking about it, look as if we're looking at someone else judging because we don't judge. What is
Mm-mm.
that saying? We don't judge, we listen.
We listen when we don't judge. And I say all of this because I've had moments when, oh God, checking my person. Like God is like, you didn't say that the right way to your husband. Like you need to take the tone out. Like, oh, I can say God has shown me you didn't do that the right way this time. Let's go back and try that again. Like I'm not pointing fingers at anybody because I know I can point it at myself. Like I'm the first one to tell you. God has whipped me and shaped and still continues to because the more you grow, the more you peel back the layers of all the hurt, right? All of the expectations someone else put on you or the negative limiting beliefs that you may have. When you can peel all of that back and you like, oh, I got it together. And then that one situation happened and you like, oh, I thought I was healed in that. God be like, nope, you gotta go back to the drawing board. So it's
Mhm.
growth is a continual process. Just when you think you got it together, God be like, oh, you think you got it together, do you? Let me show you something. And then you be like, oh God, I need your help. I can't do it. You got it. Like it's just an ever. And so like, hello, my name is beautiful. It's like literally redefining who we are every step of the way because every moment we grow God shows us another layer of who we are. Then he's like, oh, she ready now. Then you
Yeah.
get elevated again.
Th-
Oh, now I got to
There's
figure out,
another.
and then
Mhm.
it's like a continue. Oh, you ain't all the way there yet. Let's still
That's
continue.
right.
And that's the journey. That's the beauty of the journey.
Hmm.
Right? It's
Hmm.
hard sometimes when you feel like, but God said that you need to forget. I can't forgive God. I can't forgive my ex-husband. Like I'm not
Hmm.
going to do. But God, like you not if you can't forgive him,
Yeah. Yeah.
how I'ma forgive you. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like think about all of that other stuff. It's layers to living a beautiful life. It's layers to creating a beautiful life because when God shows you who you are, when everything is stripped off in a way,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
are you going to still be like, God, I got you, like I'm in this, right? So that's the beautiful piece of it all.
Hello, beautiful.
Hello,
Hello,
beautiful.
beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think, look, now let me see, I think that's my third charm. Hello. Well, yeah. Oh, this has been really good because that beautiful piece. Yeah. And I know a couple of ladies who work with young people just to have a bracelet, something as simple as a bracelet to look at when they feel ugly, when they
Yep.
feel unloved,
Yep.
when they feel no one wants to bother with them, just to look at a bracelet and say, and read what it says. Hello, beautiful, or my name is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes that's why my creativity flows the way that it does, right? Because when you go to the website, you be like, girl, you don't know what you want to create today. I don't. Because I go off of what God tells me to create. So if a candle comes up, God is like, I need you to choose this scent because scents can trigger, right? And so if you have something that gives you that moment of peace, then my peace candle is going to be for you, or pineapple sage because it's going to like it
Wait, hold up.
it
Pineapple sage.
I have a candle that's pineapple. It's called pineapple sage, and it's one of my best sellers. But it is so inviting and so calming that just the scent alone, it's gonna be like, and I don't want to brag on the stuff that I do, but I want people to understand that yes, it may look like I don't know what I want to create on any kind of day, because that's how God wired me to be. I can't just choose one because He like, now I need you to do this. And I'm like, okay, God, you sure about this? But understanding at the end of the day, it all flows together to remind you of beautiful and who you've been created to be. So,
And I would love if you would take that statement out of your mouth. I don't want to brag. You're not
okay.
bragging. The way I told you at the beginning, the way they want to wipe us out,
It's just that, yeah, you're right. I receive it.
yeah,
You're
take
right.
it out. Yeah.
I receive it.
What, and especially since God gave it to you, everything He does that we're supposed to share,
You're
get it
right.
out there,
You're
get it
right.
out
That's
there.
my
And He's
thank you.
opened the door. I just made a post. It states, for every door of opportunity that God opens, walk in it.
Mm,
And what was the other part? For every door that the Lord door of opportunity that the Lord opens, walk in it and own the territory.
I'm gonna go back and find that and screenshot that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, definitely. I had to learn to do that because even doing something like this, the fight that I have in my mind, in my you know what I can do, what I can't do, and blah blah blah.
Hmm.
But I know God gave me this to bring people on this platform to share what they do so that they can let other people in the world know this is needed and this is necessary. I love you. You need hope. You need to be
Amen.
encouraged. So it is something that is needed and necessary. So to our audience, I don't know. I'm working on my schedule and appointments to actually have my guests on my platform. So, whatever you do that you believe is your kingdom assignment, contact me because the world needs to know what God has deposited in you so that you can share with the world. And it's going to be an opportunity because God gave it to you. You can hit me up at trophyoflife@gmail.com. Trophyoflife@gmail.com. All right. Again, Katrina Henderson, thank you so very much for
Thank
joining me on tonight. I so
you.
appreciate it. Thank you for sharing your purpose, your kingdom assignment, and your contribution to the world.
Thank
Until
you
we
so
meet
much.
again, God bless. Good night, everyone, and we'll see you next time.